Welcome to my channel. My name is Darcy. This is Misadventures with Mixed Media. And today, sorry, hold on, let me get this noise out of the way. I'm trying to figure out what I just picked up with that kind of, I think I've got a, up here. I don't think I picked anything up like that. Oh, that's what it was. What's that? I'm in a different location today, and I'm going to try something that Tim Holtz showed yesterday. I don't have the same kind of setup he has. Let's hope my phone doesn't fall over. He did something He did something this weekend on his live but he used watercolor pages. I wanted to see if I could do it on the back of these coloring pages, because I just want to do the back. So, hey, we'll try it on this one. Try it on these two front pages. I'm not wasting any coloring pages if it doesn't work out. And it's very windy today, which means my paper will dry fast, as long as it doesn't blow away. Lovely. Yeah, I'm in my pajamas. That's just the way it is. Alright, I'm just gonna put some paper down. I'm kind of, it's really windy today. We live kind of, there's a hill beside us, so we get a lot of birds when it's windy like this. So we hear the noise, but I'm actually in one spot that's really not too bad as far as... This is still in plastic, so I'm going to use this. Alright, so Tim Holtz used watercolor paper and he used inks. I could have sworn I had everything. Hey Joel, do you see a little bowl of food coloring? What happened to my food coloring? Can you bring it to me, please? Yes, thank you. Alright, so let's start with yellow. So this is food coloring. So I'm going to do like he did, and on my little plastic here, I'm going to put some drops of the color. Okay. Sorry, it's my first time using this water. There we go. Gonna wet my paper. I got bigger paper, so. And then what he did is he just did this lightly. Might need more color. And then he went over this like this. Ooh, this would be cool. So that's what's happening right now. We've got some striations and stuff, so that's really cool. He must have had more water, or maybe the food. Oh, maybe it's because of the paper. He had watercolor paper. I'm gonna try spraying that again because I don't want it quite that dark. And I'm just doing it really light like he did, and just. I'm not pressing hard, I'm pressing lightly. And now what may happen is, because I've done so much water, it may leak to the other side, but we'll see. And I'll try to show this at the end of the video when it's more dry. If I could find a sheltered place. There we go. Ooh, it came out kind of cool though. Where's the other one? Let's go ahead and do some of these. I got these pages and I actually don't mind terribly if some of the color gets on. Somebody's colored this one. The front, I'm okay with that too. That'd be, just add some interest there. Alright, let me do a little bit more yellow. I'm trying to use up my old watercolor right now. Plus I need some yellow paper. The rest of that's going to go in there. go lightly. And then you're just going to go on the water. A little bit more color. Now in Tim Holtz's demo, he explained why you want to press lightly and all that. That was his demo from Saturday. The day before Easter was at the 11th. So if you want to see his demo, you can. I'll get some of this from up here. Trying to get some of the yellow that's up here. I want a little bit of a paler yellow. Oh, I'm using a different sprayer. I'm not even paying attention to what I'm doing. And this one I'm using, this one. Get much more, on a bigger piece of paper I get better coverage with this one. I don't really want to have to spray that again because it gets the paper so wet. So this is just something I'm trying that I've never tried before. And I needed some yellow paper too. Alright, this paper is from a journal and it's kind of glossy. So I want to see if it could do something with that. Change it up. I don't know if it's going to be able to be tea dyed easily. So let's just try. What? Hey kitty, did you hear I was playing with some kitty journal paper? It's on her table. Okay, we're on my porch right now. I've never actually tried a brayer before. I need a place that's not all dirty. Like my sides of my porch are pretty dirty. Alright, and then this is what I usually do when I'm watercoloring is I'll get, move this out of the way. I'll put some color in there. And then I'm going to add a little bit of water. And this will give me a much lighter yellow. Did I bring out any? No, I didn't. And this is just some paper I got at a thrift store, which has lines on it. It's art paper, but for what I'm using it for, I need it smaller anyway. And then I'll also get some. And then these, I just want to dry on a flat surface. I don't necessarily want it on, well, it doesn't matter. So a lot of times what I do is I take either one of my perforated pans or one of these aluminum pieces. This one I got at Hobby Lobby. I've gotten one on Amazon and I've gotten one on, I'll at least try to get it straight though. Straight's nice. What's the matter, baby kitty? And then sometimes there's still color left on there, and I'm good with that. Alright, so that's just going to give me a light yellow. I can get some of this yellow in here. It is a little bit windy. Some of that. You're going to get yellow food coloring all over your little girl. Oh. Maybe a place to set my papers. Hallie, don't drink that. I mean, at least it's, you know, food grade dye. It shouldn't hurt her, I would hope. Unless she's like allergic to. Yeah, see, this is glossy paper, so it's harder to get the color to permeate. But I'll let it sit. And what was this paper? This paper, oh, I get a lot of my paper at thrift stores. good. I think I actually did it right that time. Last time I tried to pause, it did not go well. It did not end well. Alright, I need some green and yellows and greens and blues for some of my journals I'm working on. What's the matter, baby girl? So I should be able to fit a few pieces on this one. This one's 12 by 24. Does not fit in my oven. And I have no idea if there's a right way or a wrong way, like a top side and bottom side. And there's a little bit of green left from the last time, and I think that just is cool. So, I don't know what my son is saying about potato salad. We have tornado watches and tornado warnings today. That have been happening here in Northern Virginia. And there's been other stormy things going on all over. I know my people. I have family in right. See, when that happens and it rips, I just crumple it up, set it to the side, and when it dries, I'll open it and hopefully use that. And if I knew I was going to be on camera, I would have. Alright, I'm going to leave that. Well, maybe these will dry quickly. And my paper's over layering, and I'm okay with that. So I was able to fit 3 pieces. This one overlaps. That'll still be kind of cool. And I'm just going to sit that over there, hopefully out of the wind. Stay. Allie, you have water. Why do you want that water? I know, I need to clean your water filter. I bought you a new water filter, though. I mean, I bought you a new, I think, the filter's in her water fountain. That's what it's called. Have been really brown every time, even if it's, you know, the right amount of time that you're supposed to leave it. And so I bought her a new filter in case it's the motor itself that's causing the problem. Now this one has a little bit of green because it touched the other one before, and I'm good with that. I like when that happens, actually. Hoping these will dry pretty quickly so that I can get some green ones started drying. Oh, can you see her over there? She wants to be part of the action. That's Hallie. She's about 3 years old. Right, there's, I don't know what that is. Weird stuff. That one ripped on the edge, but that's alright, because some of the journals I'm making are a bit smaller. So I'll probably be cutting that off. Now, let's put this here. And there. And then this is my one of my perforated pans with circles that I like to use. Now I saw somebody get 2 different colors on their pizza pan, and I have a feeling of how they did it. I'm gonna try it. So pause one more time. Alright, I've not tried this before, but I saw somebody who dyed their paper and it had 2 different colors. It had one color background and another color dots. So they used their pizza pan, which is kind of like one of these pans. Put that on there fairly straight. Sometimes it has a bubble like that. I don't know if you can see the bubble, but I'm okay. That kind of makes a cool thing. Alright, I'm turning this over because it sticks fairly well to that surface, and I'm spraying with some blue-green watercolor I have from the other day. Then I'm going to flip that back over. And I'm going to get another one of these wet real quick. And I'm going to lay this where I'm going to dry it. I got a place down here. And then where I just sprayed all that blue, I'm going to set it on top of this paper to leave an imprint, hopefully. And hopefully it'll be fairly straight. Press that down. And I might have just moved the other bit a little bit, but. And I'm going to go ahead and wipe the bottom of that. There we go. So that's kind of what the color will sort of be. A little darker than that, I think, actually. Yeah, my life is a lot of watercolors involved. Not watercolors, what are these? Food coloring. I like to color with food coloring. So this one I'm still going to put in the yellow, and it's going to have that little bit of that green splotchiness, bluish green. Well, it's going to be more green once I add the yellow. So I'm trying to use up my old ones. These are my little tiny food colorings. I'm almost done with these. And then I'm going to start using, you can finish those. I'm going to start using the new ones I got, what I'm trying to say. These I'm putting on, I have my, okay, glad you found them. I have an ironing board with a lattice print, a lattice design. Alright, I'll show you. This was one of the pages that I did, kind of like how Tim Holtz showed on his live demo, where he used watercolor paper and the re-inker ink. I used food coloring in just the back of this, and it did get some yellow on the front, which I'm okay with. So these are, I have a yellow and green journal I'm working on. Red, green, and blue, blue and green. Even though I have lots of paper, I just feel like I need more paper. I can't get any more of this out. So I don't have much, like just the yellow. Alright, I feel like I could use this to do something like a little bit more water. And then when the yellows, I can't really fit a whole piece of paper in the yellow anymore, then I'll start adding green, working my way up to darker greens, and then working my way to blues from the greens, and then from the blues to the purples. And then if or I could do the opposite and do yellow to orange to red. Hi, sweetie. But since I'm doing more blue-green stuff, I'll start with yellow and move myself, work my way to green. So I've got my little these already dried, the ones that were only one side. That makes me happy. I was kind of hoping things would dry quickly, but you know, at least stay in place. And this is the one that I kind of smushed around in the yellow. Somebody had already started coloring it. When you get things at a thrift store, that's going to happen. And then that's what the back turned out like using the brayer. And this was the first one I did using the brayer. So I'll just play with color for a little bit more. I have done where I spray the color on. It gives a different look. I kind of like the dipping it and then placing on the perforated pans or the aluminum pans. I like doing it that way. And the ones that I don't dip, this has a little bit white left on it, so that's good. The ones that I don't place on a pan like that, I might save some of this and then come back to them when they're almost dry and add some drips so that we can get more things going on, more dimension, more fun. Sometimes I'll add another color. So let's see. I'll just use this for now. Oh, there's a little bit of blue in there. Yeah, my older son put a soda in the freezer last night and then proceeded to forget about it. So that was fun to wake up to. I left it for him to clean up. As any good mother would. I mean, he is 24. I'm not hurting him by making him clean up his own mess. Well, no kid is ever hurt by having to clean up their own mess. Alright. We're going to just do a light, I don't know if you can see that or not. I'm just spraying that lightly. Then I'm also going to you want to always use both sides of your, if you're going to spray it to get it go through the holes, you want to use the part that's on the metal to do something with. It's just more fun that way. I just have not a lot of space to set stuff. Okay, so that's it with the yellow for right now, and I was going to leave that in there to go with the green, and I may add some to the green, but right now it's over to the side. My next color up is lime green. If there's any left. I think that almost looks like, alright, I might have to hold it for a few minutes. I made a lot of lime green the other day. Oh, I know what I'm going to try. Alright, we're going to see if this will work. I have some color in here that I can't get out. So I'm going to squeeze it. Ooh, some came out. And then I'm going to squeeze up some water. And, yep, I think I did get some water there. And squeeze it out again. And squeeze up some water. That way you can get all the color. And squeeze some water in there and shake it up. And we are getting all the color we can get out of there. Awesome. I could probably add a little bit more. I'm going to do a few pages of this bright green, and then I'm going to add a little bit of the elderberry to make it more of a muted green. Could have done that with the yellow. Didn't even think about that. Maybe I'll do that with the swatches. Alright. So now you have an idea of how I dye my paper. A lot of times I'll dye them in the oven, even if they're food coloring. You just have to keep a close eye on them. And the temperature you use depends on the paper and what you're dyeing with sometimes. I need to do the food coloring papers I have to do on a lower temperature than tea dye. I don't know why. They cook too fast. The avocado dyed papers too. I think I need to have at a lower temperature. So thank you for joining me today on Misadventures with Mixed Media. Sometimes the misadventures are the best part because that's where your creativity can flow and you can really make a mess and learn new things about yourself and about things, how you like to make things or how things can be made and everything. So join me next time for I don't know what. Whatever my fancy is that day. Which I do have some journals I'm working on, and you will see these in the journals that I'm actually working on right now. So you'll see these completed when I put up my excuse me, my completed journals, especially the yellow and green ones, or any that have green. And I'm going to get as much of this green as I can because it's going to be really cute in the Scuffy tugboat. Alright, yeah, I've got some little golden book journals I'm working on and some sewn cover journals that I'm working on. So have a delightful day, everybody. Thank you for joining me and Hallie in our adventures or misadventures with Mixed Media. This is Darcy signing off.